So my dad, who's going to be 91 in a month and a half, has been hunting in the Northwoods for many, many years. And he always likes to go up mid-November during the rut. So that's what we're doing. We're heading up that way. Hopefully I'll get to do some hunting. Like I said, it's mid-November. You know, it's really unexcusable for how much stuff I'm taking up. But one of the things we're trying to do is take things up that we're going to leave. Leave it up there so that way every time we go up we don't have to pack all this stuff. Yeah, well, that's my excuse anyways. Well, we made it. What do you think, Pops? Does it look good?
Looks good.
See over here. Oh, there is some grass growing.
Yeah, it's coming down. That's
Comes it right over in here and then goes across the driveway.
I'm enjoying the heat.
You got long johns with you?
No. We got them. sausage?
Came from Jake.
Okay.
Well, Jake's Pigs. Toast.
Yep.
This is the one that fell on the floor. I'll eat that one. Yeah. So we have this Honda generator that we've always changed the oil on it when we felt it needed an oil change, which has worked out okay. But it's better, I think, if we know exactly how many hours are on it between oil changes. And this little hour meter that we got from Amazon, which was pretty cheap. I think it was like, I don't know, 15 bucks. But it has a 50-hour oil change count on it, which you can reset. And then it has a total hours, which you can't reset. So that's what we're going to hook up to this today. We're just going to mount it on the wall. I made a little bracket to mount this on, and then you just run one wire lead to the spark plug. It's pretty easy. We're heading north about 45 minutes, and we're going to do some rambling in the woods. It's going to be a midday hunt. Sometimes midday hunts are productive, sometimes they're not. I'm heading back to what we call the cut. It's a pretty unique feature on this property. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's a red, kind of a fungus growing in the water, but it's moving like it's alive. Maybe there's springs coming up through there. That's pretty cool. Okay, right here in front of me is what we call a cut. There's a ridge, a knife ridge that comes down over here, and it drops right down to this little sharp little saddle, and then it goes right back up on a ridge. But that little saddle drops right down into a steep little valley, and then right up onto the game lands. Got pictures of bear there. I like to funnel up through there. I'm not going to sit right on it because right behind me is a big, beautiful bowl with multiple little finger ridges coming into it. So we're just going to sit right here. I can see the cut. I can see this little, or this big bowl. It's a nice spot. There's actually quite a few beaches in here, but no beach nuts this year, which is unfortunate. There's not a lot of oak trees in this area, so any mast that is here is going to be beech nuts and maybe the few oaks that there are. But they're pretty few and far between. Well, it was a beautiful night to be out here. We didn't see any deer, didn't see any bears. That was a really nice spot. We're gonna head back to camp and get a bite to eat. So I got one last thing to do before we go. We've been smelling gas for quite some time, and we use propane, so that's what we're smelling. So we found the leak, and it was such a minute leak that you couldn't find it with the traditional soap and water. Every once in a while we'd have this little smell of propane in a certain area. I suspected it was one of our propane lights, but with the soap and water I couldn't find that leak. Now I got the answer. This is a gas detector that I got through Amazon, probably less than 20 bucks, and it measures down to 50 parts per million, and I found that leak immediately. So I got to fix that leak. We've been smelling it for a while, and we found it with this. Pretty cool. Well, obviously tightening this in the back hasn't helped, so I'll probably have to turn the gas off and check this flare fitting to see if the flare on this copper pipe is the culprit. I think that flare was bad. You can see when I re-flare it that it's missing a spot. That seemed to take care of it. I'm going to turn the gas on here and we'll make sure. Yep. So problem solved. Little $20 gas detector really helped us out in this case. We got this one fixed, but now we can go around and check every joint in our propane line system to make sure we don't have any other leaks. It's well worth the money. So what a productive week. Brought my dad up for hunting season, although he doesn't do any hunting, but it's always nice to get him up here. And I took my dad and his friend Bob back into South Pond, at least the head of the South Pond Trail. All right, here's some of the original members of the South Pond Club. What do you got to say for yourself?
Beautiful place. just like it was when I was here 20 years ago.
Got the outhouse trimmed out, and I know it's only an outhouse, but anybody who's spent any time in an outhouse, there's a lot of shitty old outhouses, no pun intended. And when we have guests here, especially in the winter when we have it winterized and we don't have any water, the outhouse is what you got to use. And so I want to feel better about telling people, hey, you got to go out and use the outhouse. It's a pretty nice outhouse. It is a composting outhouse, and I'll leave a link up here to what our version of a composting outhouse is. This is the same one that we have at our tent. And yeah, anyways, go and watch that video. We got that all trimmed out, looking good. We got the gas leak fixed. So hey, thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. It's a beautiful day. We're barbecuing chicken, and we're leaving tomorrow. So again, thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Dang, that's burning hot. Burning this chicken, man. Burning it. So we're using the Cornell barbecue sauce. If you've never used that, it's basically equal parts of vinegar, equal parts of oil. Salt, pepper, and an egg or two cracked in there.
Right there.